Newcastle United 2, Hull 0. Yes, guys, welcome back to a quick reaction video as Newcastle win 2-0 in their third pre-season friendly of the season, winning out in Germany at the Adidas training ground. Played a behind closed doors game against Burnley, which I'm still not sure we know the score of, and today 4,500 Geordies travelled to Hull to see us win 2-0 with goals from Isak and Murphy. A fantastic performance from Lewis Hall as well, which I want to get into in this video. Bit of a different matchday experience for me, sat out here on my holidays, but by all means, the weather looked lovely over in Hull. As I say, for the 4,500 Geordies who travelled for a friendly, so big up to all of them, made up almost half the crowd. I think there was 13,000 fans in the stadium, 4,500 were Geordies. The noise, the sound, the away fans made was fantastic today. So big up to all of you lot. And yeah, 2-0, good win, some good performances, lots of absentees from today's lineup, but still got to see Pope back in action, Tino, Burncraft, Lewis, I was going to say Hall, no, Lewis, that's right, the Northern Ireland left back who was really not being seen by Newcastle for quite a long time, played, and by all means, I thought he did all right. You know, I guess this is the point of pre-season friendlies. Regardless of who you are, you get your chance to impress. We've got so many left-backs. We'll talk a little bit about some of the players who were missing, including Target. Really don't know where he is. No Kelly in the lineup today, so it was, as I say, Lewis, who we haven't seen in a while, who played, and as I said, did all right. In midfield was Joe Linton. Hall, who, as I mentioned, was really good today, like really good. Cool, calm, collected, stringing the passes together, playing the ball through. I know when we bought him, and it's always been that with Lewis Hall playing as a kind of centre-mid, left-sided player that's kind of been pushed into that left-back, and there's never been any question of his ability to go forward. It's always kind of been that defensive side. Looked awesome today, stringing the passes together, amazing. And there was Miley, but not Lewis Miley. His older brother played. I thought he did all right as well. We'll talk about the second half in a moment, where we brought a lot of youngsters on. It's the standard of youngsters coming through, you can see, is just that little bit higher. And it's going to keep getting higher. And up front, we had Barnes, who was okay, a little bit quiet at times, alongside Isak, who got a goal, and Jacob Murphy with a goal and an assist. His ratio of goal contributions of late has been pretty damn good, and with Newcastle heavily linked to a right winger, is this Jacob Murphy putting in his shouts or claim to keep his place going the new season? The game started off pretty slow, as it was kind of expected from a friendly. First 10 minutes or so, we didn't have much of the ball, actually. I think Hull kind of started quite strong, but as we got into the game, as we started to take a little bit more of the possession, we started to take over, and really Hull didn't have too much really after that first 10 minutes. We had a few chances. There was a clip ball into the back post that Joe Linton headed, and their keeper made a great save. There was also, I think, a ball from Murphy to the back stick, which Isak just didn't get his foot on. And I was like, ooh, you know, Isak's got to be putting that one in the back of the net, but it didn't take him too long to make up for it. This time, Jacob Murphy absolutely did the defender, fake crossed, rolled it to one side as the defender slid past and lay on the floor, chipped towards goal, and Isak with a little kind of soft flick around the goalie, making it 1-0, and that was around the 30th minute mark. And then 10 minutes later, Murphy's cross, blown away. Murphy's cross, the goal. It's warm, but it is windy here, to be fair, although that's quite nice to get a bit of a breeze. Murphy's cross across the goal, it was Barnes who was actually running in, totally misses it, and so does the defender and so does the goalie, and Murphy's ball rolls into the back stick. So that was 2-0. In fairness, I will give a mention to Pope as well. Great to see him back in the lineup, coming out collecting balls, playing that sweeper keeper, and I think it was when we were 1-0 down, made a fantastic save. It was close to him, but it was almost reaction to just kind of get his arm on it and put it over over the bar. So straight away you can see the difference it makes to have Nick Pope in goal. As I mentioned, Lewis Hall for me was a real standout in that first half. Murphy got a goal and an assist, and yet I'm really big at Hall up here. Just his composure, you can tell he's comfortable on it. And Eddie Howe did tweak the formation a few times around in that first and second half, and one of which was kind of bringing letting left back Lewis run further forward, bringing Hall, as I say, kind of holding that midfield. He was almost trying to do the Bruno role, really. He was the one kind of making the play, and it's interesting. You look at how Man City do it with, I guess, a Kyle Walker, who plays right back but moves in the middle. Is Eddie Howe tweaking a bit with that? It's going to be interesting, and I've got to say, I've mentioned this already with bringing Lloyd Kelly in. He obviously likes playing Bird as well. Hall's got to be nailed on left back. I appreciate that he may still have some maturing and growth in the kind of defensive department, but you've got to play him. Just give him the experience, get him on that pitch, play the youngster as much as humanly possible. We didn't do it as much as we wanted to last season after spending a fair bit of money on him. Got to do it this season. Put him in, show him the confidence, get him in that team. Murphy, as I mentioned, assist and a goal, putting his claim into keeping his right wing spot. I think regardless, we need to go out and get a right winger, but Murphy does his job. I think against, you know, a lower league opposition, he really shone today. And it was good to see Isak get on the score sheet as well. Special mention, as I mentioned, for the older Miley brother. I thought he did all right. Was certainly, you know, holding his own in there, and I thought Barnes was making some good runs as well, although it did go quiet at times. As I mentioned, we were missing Willock, Longstaff, Kelly, all of which I thought to still be recovering from injury. Shaw and Miggy were both still only just returned to training yesterday after their time with international. Trippier, Bruno and Gordon still yet to be seen. Trippier was actually seen at the airport. I think he's going off on holiday to Dubai for a little bit, so it'll be interesting to see if those guys do connect up in Japan. And yeah, positive first half. Second half, I'm not going to say too much about it. We continued to play out as you would have friendly. Around the 65-minute mark, we took off, I think, 4 players. It was Barnes, Isak, Joelinton and Tino all went off. And from that point on, we were kind of just seeing the game out. And we had a couple of chances, but not loads. But we did bring on some youngsters as well. And as I've mentioned already, I think it was a shame that maybe none of them were able to kind of get a goal or really shine. But it was clear that I think over the last few years, when we are bringing these youngsters on the tours or to the pre-season friendlies with us, Eddie Howe or whoever has always given them a chance. But I think it was always quite obvious when the youngsters started playing, whereas today, there was nothing for me that I would say was standout, but it was clear they were holding their level against, you know, a low league opposition, yes, but it wasn't like we suddenly conceded 2 or suddenly we were 2-1 down and 2-1 and then we ended up losing 2-3 because we brought all the youngsters on. No. You know, they held their own. We did keep some experience on the pitch, like Byrne at the back and Nick Pope in goal. But I thought the youngsters did hold their own. And then I think it was around the 10 minutes to go, Nick Pope made another fantastic save to keep his clean sheet as well. So if you did watch it, let me know your thoughts on it down in the comments below. A good 2-0 win. Yes, it's a friendly regardless, but a great sing and song from the fans out there, which is great to see. And let's just keep it going. Let's go to Japan with a few more games and then hopefully a big turnout at the Sella Cup. There's no denying that with, you know, a lot of starting and, you know, key players missing from the friendly today, it was nice to see that we went out and did our job. But beforehand, I was thinking, you know, without, even though with Isak, and I think it was good that Murphy stepped up and did it. Like, we weren't sat going, oh God, like, we need Bruno to win. You know, that's another thing this season, like not having to rely on such key players. Again, it's Hull. It isn't Man City away, you know, but and that's no disrespect to Hull, because I thought they give us a good game at times. But not having to always rely on Bruno. Like let's show what we can do with when some players aren't available without a Gordon, you know, and it was nice that we did that today. Let me know your thoughts down in the comments below on Hall, Isak, Murphy. If you watched it, let me know your man of the match of the game, or if you didn't watch it, just let me know what your thoughts are down below ahead of you know, a couple of weeks left. We still want to see a few more transfers as well. Thanks for watching. No, where was John Ruddy? Thanks for watching, guys. If you haven't subscribed already and you're still watching 10 minutes later, be sure to do so. And I'll catch you later.